Hi Aquarius, how are you? This is Shooting Stars Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I did not do February. I'm sorry that March is late, very late. I'm getting mid-March out shortly within the next day or two, so just be on the lookout for those. I had a flood in my house in early January. I was living in a hotel and my mom was in town helping out, and it was super stressful because we butt heads. And it was just, I couldn't do the readings. It was too much. I was not in the right emotional and mental space to do that at all. I tried to force it, but I couldn't. It was like dark place readings. Like I think I did the first 3 signs, and it was like, I was not in the right mental state to do them because they were very, very, very negative readings. And I was like, no, I'm not posting these. I'm not posting these. Anyway, I'm sorry they're late. Here they are. Couple of announcements. I'm not doing private readings until my house is back together. They're still delivering furniture. It's been nuts. I did not pack my house up, so they just literally threw stuff in boxes. Some of it was wet, so it's moldy now. And it's just been crazy trying to put my house back together. Way more frustrating and time consuming than I ever thought. Anyway, I apologize. Second announcement. People are starting to get mad on my videos that I have too many reversals. Okay? I shuffle and meditate and spin the cards around and do whatever I do before I do a reading. Okay? Sometimes there's reversals, sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's a lot, sometimes there's not. Reversals aren't bad. If you don't like that, if you don't like how I do it, don't watch my videos. Okay? Another thing, as I'm shuffling, cards flip out all the time. Okay? There's no rule that says you have to take it. Okay? Sometimes I do feel inclined to pick it up. Maybe there's a little extra energy surge that says, yeah, that needs to be included in this reading. But sometimes that's not there. There's no rule that says you have to pick it up. So if you have a big problem with that, don't watch my videos. But spending time commenting on the bottom about how it's horrible and stupid that I'm not taking them is literally a waste of your energy. Okay? I've watched a lot of readers online. Everybody kind of does it differently. Okay, if you need somebody that subscribes to that rule, then you need to watch their videos. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm really not. I just had some complaints, and I just don't understand where they're coming from. Okay, don't watch my videos. All right, let's get started, Aquarius. That's why we're here. Okay, Spirit and Universe, what are the messages and advice that you have for Aquarius regarding their love lives in March 2017? Aquarius love lives in March 2017. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm using the Anna K Tarot deck. Give me 1 second while I review high level. Okay, Aquarius. There is love in the air. It may be past love. Venus is retrograde, so be aware that when Venus is retrograde, there's like the endless return of the exes, okay? When I look at my last 2-year on-again, off-again thing, relationship, I look back every single time we got back together was during a Mercury or during a Venus retrograde. And I'm like, wow. Anyway, exes come back. You don't have to take them back though. Okay? High level, you're kind of lightening your load, your workload, and you're freeing your time, possibly for love, okay? You have been juggling a lot. There has been a lot going on. You maybe have been wanting to take an actual journey, a physical journey, or a very spiritual journey to kind of reset your mind. And when you came back, or when you come back, you're going to be in a really nice emotional place. Okay. All right. So high level. I'm going to do this quickly, Aquarius, because I want to spend more time on your mid-monthlies, and you deserve it. So I just want to get these out to you. In your past, we have the Ten of Wands reversed, and this means that you're lightening your workload. Okay, you're taking things off of your plate to allow yourself freedom and relaxation. Okay, you were feeling, I mean, look at him. Okay, you were feeling bombarded by things that you have done to yourself. Now, this isn't bad, okay, because remember, wands represent fire signs. Fire signs are the eternal optimists. They love new projects. They love getting involved in new things all the time. So they're always meeting people, always going places, doing things, adding more projects onto their plate. They love it. They thrive off of it, okay? You don't like to do that, but when you do get it, even though even a fire sign can get really bombarded and overworked, right? So that's what this is saying, is you're letting some of these things go because you realize, I'm not really that interested in that. Bye. And so you're lightening your load. Okay. And what is your primary card for March is the Seven of Wands. Again, Wands, Seven of Wands reversed. And this means that you're not feeling defensive. Okay. You're excitedly. It's not that you're getting stuff off of your plate because you were feeling so overwhelmed and you didn't want to let people down. And so you just kind of decided to stop doing it, but you feel hurt that you left people down, or you felt like you felt all this internal pressure on yourself if you dropped a project, but you don't feel that way, okay? You're excitedly and maturely getting this stuff off of your plate, okay? Look, I'm sorry, I know I promised I'd be there to volunteer for 12 days, 8 hours a day, but I can't. I can only do 4 days or 3 days, or I can only do tomorrow. I'm sorry. Okay, that type of energy. All right. Now, what's crossing you in March is the Two of Pentacles. So this is a card of juggling, okay, having a lot on your plate, having a lot going on. And clearly we see that. You felt there was too much going on. You're taking it off your plate, okay? This is a benefit because this is you recognizing that you're juggling too much and it's time to let stuff go. What's grounding your March is the Six of Swords. This is definitely your energy. Swords represent the air signs, which are ruled by their thoughts and their mind. Okay? I love talking to air signs because always involved in technology, 2, 3 phones, laptops, tablets, lots of communication going on. Phone calls coming here and there, stopping mid-sentence, answering the phone, putting the phone down, talk. You know, there's just all this communication. You're so cognitive, okay? Your mind, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, your minds work at a different pace than others. And you take what's in your mind and you put it out into the air with your words. And I love that about you. You're very fun because you can talk a lot about anything and everything because you know a lot, okay? But you sometimes also need to take a mental break. So you're taking your thoughts with you over this emotional, water represents emotion in the tarot, okay? Through this emotional passageway or journey to a place where you can be alone and calm. Okay. Sometimes you need to do that. We all do. Okay. So this can be an actual physical journey. You may be traveling. Or this could be even just spending a day at the spa in silence, listening to music. Okay, this doesn't have to be some big epic journey, but it can be some spiritual calming, some mind settling calming, and it may also be an actual physical journey. Okay. What's crowning your March is the Six of Cups. Again, this is a card of nostalgia, young, youthful, love, and emotions. This card always represents, or can usually represent, returning relationships from the past. Okay. And I'm not saying that you're going to get back involved with anybody, but there could be somebody that springs up from the past specifically because of this Venus retrograde, and you just may have, they may just be like, hey, how are you? I haven't talked to you in forever. Okay. Now we have in your future the Nine of Cups, and this is reversed. So your wishes this month at least are not coming true. Okay. I'm not saying there's hurt feelings. This is not saying there's hurt feelings. This is not saying that you're not getting what you want. But right now, you're not getting what you want in terms of emotions, in terms of love. Okay. It's as if, Aquarius, you're actually needing to take care of your own schedule before you can focus on love. But as we progress through the month, it's as if you see you're not getting what you want, and then you're realizing, wow, I'm not on that pathway. And they're like, yeah, they're not present because they're always working. And you say, I have hope for love. I'm going to go find it. Okay, so how you're viewing the situation or your current love life is the Hierophant reversed. So you're not seeking outside counsel. I'm not saying you need to. You're not seeking spiritual guidance. Or this could also mean, okay, that you are not, whatever state your relationship is in, even if you're single, it's not at a place where you want to take it to the next level. Okay, if you're in a marriage, it's not like you're wanting to renew your vows or take a big trip with your somebody. You're kind of internal this month. Okay, you're not wanting to plan a wedding or get married. Okay, or increase the commitment in a relationship of someone you just started dating. You're not in that place. I feel you're really just taking care of yourself and your schedule, your work life, and then we'll focus on love. Okay, now how your partner or the outside world is viewing you is the Three of Pentacles reversed, and this means that they are viewing you as somebody that, maybe because you're taking things off your plate, but they're seeing you as somebody that's not working enough or not. Maybe it's because you're not explaining it to them. Okay, hey, honey, I'm feeling a little bogged down at work. I took on all these extra projects because I got excited about them, and that it combined with volunteering and whatever else I'm doing, extracurricular sports and spending time with my friends and I just put too much on my plate. So I'm going to back out of some things. So they may be viewing you as somebody that's not doing extra work and maybe has the potential to, but that's not bad. It just means maybe they don't understand because you didn't communicate it to them. Okay. Now in hopes and fears, though, we have 10 of Cups. So you are hoping for complete peace and warmth and love, surrounded by it. Okay. Now while she or he is standing alone, this is a she in this case, but while you or them, he or she is standing alone, as opposed to the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot deck, she is in complete peace and she is surrounded by all of the emotions that you can have with respect to love. Okay, the sun is at her back, her feet are on the ground, and she is surrounded by love. And she knows that. So she wants to, you want to. This is your hope. Okay, you're freeing yourself up because this is your goal. This is your goal. Out come the lovers. Okay, this is what you want. You want to grow old with somebody. Okay, you want to feel that connection. You want them to feel that connection. And you want each other to feel that peace and calmness of somebody fully accepting you for who you are. Okay. All right, Aquarius, let's look at your overview cards. Spirit and Universe, what are the overview messages that you have for Aquarius with respect to this reading, what are the overview messages and advice and overall guidance that you have for Aquarius? Page of Pentacles reversed means to not be so practical with love, okay? Sometimes there needs to be messages that towards your lover or with respect to love that aren't so practical, okay? Sometimes you have to really believe in love and say it, okay? Don't hold back. Now, on another note, 8 of Cups. Okay? This is your high-level message for this whole reading. 8 of Cups. Sometimes you have to realize that where you are is not where you want to be, and you need to go there. Okay? I'm not saying leave a partner, but I'm saying if you're in a situation where you're emotionally not happy, you need to talk about it. You leaving, and air signs always do this. They will leave and the relationship's not over, but you just kind of leave and you go into your mind space for a couple weeks and you're frustrated and you're sorting things out in your mind, but your partner thinks it's over for good and they'll never see you again because you won't talk to them. Okay? Don't stonewall and gray wall people. I know that's how you're sorting things out in your mind. But you also have to keep communication open because unless you're dealing with somebody that understands what you're doing and how you operate, it can be very frustrating. Okay. So what I'm seeing about this, normally this means somebody is leaving. Okay, for good. But it doesn't have to be because he's walking away, but there is this hope kind of sneaking away in the night. But there is this hope of this love kind of in the back of his mind. Okay, so maybe you're just needing some peace for a while, but just communicate that that's what you're doing if you're with a partner, okay? And then, again, bring messages of love. That's what the Page of Cups talks about, bringing messages of love. Be of assistance, offer to help, communicate your emotions, okay? Don't keep them bottled up. Okay, Aquarius, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and your mid-monthlies will be up shortly. All right, thank you. Bye.